Welcome to PLZ Soccer's fixture preview of the Scottish Cup semi-finals this weekend, boys. Let's start with Inverness, Calais and Falkirk. Starting with Inverness, Tam, they've beaten Stirling Albion. A bit of a hiccup with Queen's Park, but they're back in it. And
they're lucky.
Faced with Libby and Kelly. But an extraordinary journey, but they haven't had the easiest of opponents when they came back into the competition.
No, they haven't, and listen, they got a real boost from Queen's Park playing an eligible player. Let's be honest, and they took advantage of it. They went to Livingston, nobody gave them a hope in hell, and they won comfortably. So, listen, they're in merit. I think they'll be favourites going into the game. Obviously, they're a league higher, but I think Falkirk have got some quality players as well. So, listen, I'm looking forward to the game. I think it'll be a really good game of football. I think you've got two teams who'll go out to win the game, and I'll fancy their chances. So I can see an open game with goals in it.
Ruffy, even being given that second chance, I don't think they would have imagined having getting to the semi-finals.
No, I don't think they should have been given a second chance.
No?
I think it's a bit false.
All right, okay.
I think...
Controversial, my goodness.
I don't know, they get beat 2-0.
Just doesn't kill now.
And that should have been
2-0 and that should have been it. I think it was a bit harsh. Really on Queen's Park, but they're there, so I agree with Tam. It'll be an open game. It'll be interesting to see what the divide is between the Championship and the First Division, because when you go up a level, sometimes the football's a wee bit different. But I think Inverness are favourites.
What do you think the mindset's going to be with these two teams? Because obviously the winner will play Celtic or Rangers.
They'll not be worrying about that. They just get there. You get there, then you can start worrying about it.
And
it'll be a fantastic.
And it will be worry.
It will be, if the two of them play for them. But no, I really think it'll be a really good game to watch. I think it'll be bags of goals.
Well, Falkirk, Tam, they've not played a team higher than the Championship. But as the old saying goes, you can only beat who's in front of you.
It is. It's a good saying. Well done, Kerry. It is. It's listen, I watched them in the quarter-final against United. I thought they were a wee bit fortunate. The boy Maguire missed a penalty towards the end.
Yeah.
And they get a lucky goal kind of deflection. But I really want Falkirk to win. I played with Falkirk twice, had 2 spells at Falkirk, and I know a lot of Falkirk fans. They're a big club. They're taking, I think, 10,000 fans there, which is great for a League One club. They're taking 10,000 to the game. They're a real big club. I think they're underdogs, but I don't think there'll be a lot in it. And I think Falkirk have got match winners in their team. Kai Kennedy, I think he's been excellent for them. He went to the same school as me up in All Saints. I'll give them a wee mention in Burmullock. But they've got some quality players, and I hope for a lot of my Falkirk supporting pals who have had a tough couple of seasons. They've been relegated twice. I hope they can win it. Yeah,
well, Kai Kennedy, he was very relieved that they drew Inverness in the semi-finals, because I've been on loan from Rangers, Ruffy. He wouldn't have got a game.
It's true. Yeah,
hoping for the final.
I think it's another rule I've said in the show on numerous occasions. I would bin it as well.
Yeah.
I think if the club that you're leaving don't think you're good enough to play for them, but play for somebody else, they should be big enough to let the boy play. But obviously that's not. It's not going to happen, which is good for him. So, no, he'll be a big player for them. But I just think Inverness have got too much quality up front.
Right, what are you going for then?
I'm going to go for Inverness to win 3-1.
3-1. And 90 minutes, sorry?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Falkirk.
Oh, wee soft spot.
Wee soft spot. My heart's rolled my head there, but come on, Falkirk.
Right, okay. Moving on to tomorrow's tie. The big one, Rangers against Celtic. Celtic against Rangers, however you want to say
that game Sunday?
No, I'm not. I've already done 2, Tam.
Right,
yes.
Okay.
Adam, shut. Starting with the holders, Rangers. Is this the greatest amount of pressure that's been on Michael Beale when you look at what's at stake here?
Yeah, I think it is. I think you can see a lot of ex-managers and ex-players coming out. I've seen Alec McLeish and Barry Ferguson and guys like that coming out in the press and saying, listen, the talking's got to stop. You've just got to go and win the game. Doesn't matter how well you play, just go and win the game. And Rangers have got to do that. Doesn't matter if they play well, they're the better team and Celtic win. Nobody cares about that. Just go out and win. It's a semi-final. Yeah. They've got to go out and try and win the game. Listen, I think if they play well on the day, they've got a chance. But as I said in the show yesterday, I think that Celtic are too strong for them, and I think they've got too strong a bench. And I think if Celtic can get the first goal, then I think Rangers could crumble mentally if Celtic get that early goal. I think they might think, here we go again, we can't beat Celtic, and it could be a kind of mental block. If Rangers get the first goal, then I think they can go and win the game, but I think Celtic will be too strong for them.
First goal crucial then for you? I
think the first goal is crucial, particularly for Rangers. If they get it, their fans get behind the team and all that, and they get a wee bit of confidence from that, then they can go and win the game. But I think if Celtic get it, there could be a collective sigh amongst the support and the players.
Right, okay. Ruffy, Goldson, Kent and Scott Wright all trained this week. How important is that? Are they key players for you going into this one?
I think Goldson probably is. I think Wright would just be on the bench, But because Davis and Suter didn't look particularly good against Aberdeen last week, any time they were pressured, they were making mistakes here and there, and Suter's already made a mistake in the last game against Celtic. So no, I just think Celtic have too much up front. You know, if you start talking about Jota, Maeda, Kyogo, Abada, they're all goal scorers, and they all have scored against Rangers. And if you look at the Rangers team, you're looking at Morelos and anybody else. You know, it'd be interesting to see what the goal scorers are in that Rangers team. I think probably Tavernier is probably one of the main scorers for Rangers. So that's what Celtic have got that Rangers haven't.
As Tam's saying there, Ruffy, it's time for the talking to stop. They need to do it on the pitch. But is next season maybe the time to start judging Michael Beale fairly when he's had the summer transfer window?
Yeah,
his team.
Yeah, I think so. They've already feeding out players that they're going to be going for to keep the supporters on board. But it's winning the game that will keep the supporters really on board. You know, so that's what they have to do.
A crucial part for Celtic's treble, Tam, the last missing piece of the puzzle. Jota, Abada and Hatate all training. Who starts for you this one?
Thankfully, Haksanovic is not playing.
Yep.
Because we've had a wee bit of nightmare with him. Hopefully he doesn't come on by a Scotch. I don't want to talk about him on Monday. Listen, I think that the guys are crucial, particularly Hatate, who we all know Ruffy absolutely loves. He's a tremendous player. I think he will give Celtic a massive boost in the middle of the park. I don't think they've been the same team without him. I think he drives forward. You know, he can see a pass. He can score. He's already scored against Rangers. But I think he's a massive player. I think if Celtic have got him playing, then they'll go and win the game. Listen, no disrespect to Inverness or Falkirk. The winner of this is going to win the Scottish Cup. Let's be honest. And so this is the final for me. So listen, Celtic, if they play well, I think they'll win the game. I don't think they've been at it the last 3 games against Rangers, and Rangers have failed to beat them. So I think if Celtic are at it and play well, there's only one winner.
See, the last game at Celtic Park, though, it was closer than what a lot of people would imagine. Do you think that gives Rangers that kind of mindset to go, well, let's prove all these doubters wrong here? The gap isn't as big as what people might think.
Well, I think the Rangers players are trying to believe that it's not as big, because you keep hearing them in the newspaper saying, no, the gap's not as big, the gap's not as big. But it's okay saying that, but you've got to prove it on the park, on the day, and that's what they've got to do. I mean, you can't kid yourself on. The games that they've played, there hasn't been that much between them, but Celtic have still won the games, and that's what they've got to change.
What are we going for?
I'm going to go for Celtic 1-2-1.
2-1.
3-1 Celtic.
3-1 Celtic, right, okay. Right, here we go for the quiz. Tam got it last week.
Did you?
Yeah, just nicked it in the end, I think.
It's hopeless.
Back on it this week. Scottish Cup themed this week, obviously, right? Ready?
Okay.
First question. If Kyogo scores against Rangers tomorrow, he will become the first Celtic player to score 4 consecutive goals in a row against Rangers, since which former Celtic midfielder? It's a long-worded question.
Petrov.
Wrong. Midfielder, that is a...
Midfielder, I'll go John Collins.
Correct.
Is it?
That's right, yeah. John Collins. Been doing his research, Tam. Right, second question.
That was a guess. He's so lucky, man. He's so jammy, it's incredible.
In the 2012 Scottish Cup final, Hearts beat Hibs 5-1. Who scored the only goal for Hibs that day?
James McPake, centre half, bump, man of the match.
Did I know?
He was the man of the match. He was superb. You remember the bandage?
He was superb man of the match. He could beat 5-1.
Aye, but for Hibs he was fantastic.
It's a Hibs question, that's Sam. Okay, question number 3. What year did Celtic last lose in a Scottish Cup final?
It's Inverness, wasn't it? 2015.
Wrong.
It wasn't Inverness, it was Kilmarnock. No, it wasn't it? Scottish Cup final.
Come on, need an answer.
Need it.
This one.
2001.
2002.
Oh, so Rangers 3-2.
Loving cans, last minute.
2001, had they beat Hibs? I was at Hibs.
Okay,
oh, God.
right.
How'd I get that wrong?
2-0, still 2-0 roughly. Who scored Rangers' last Scottish Cup goal this season?
Just in a tie.
It was against Wraith Rovers. Who scored the last goal?
Scott Arfield.
Correct.
I'm happy with a draw.
Right, ready?
Happy with a draw.
Can't be a draw.
Absolute failure.
Inverness beat Falkirk 2-1 in the 2015 Cup final. Who was the Inverness manager at the time?
John Hughes.
Are they all Falkirk questions because he's a Falkirk ex-player?
Okay,
Who's this Inverness?
Right, what would do a tiebreak?
Aye,
No,
go.
tiebreak.
No, need a winner. Need a winner. Go.
No, it's not a Falkirk. It's
Right,
off the top
go.
of my head here.
Why would you want a draw?
Right, closest answer.
Loser
wins then.
mentality.
Closest answer, right. How many Scottish Cups have Rangers won? Closest answer.
Scottish Cups. 37.
Right, okay. Closest answer.
25.
34 it was. Get in there! Nicked it on the tie break. Oh no. What a gutter. That is.
Horrible, man.
We'll be back next week with the first round of post-split fixtures to look forward to, and you can join Peter and Tam next week on the Saturday Football Show starting at 4 o'clock.